Let's move on because this is what I really enjoyed last night, and that was the whole John Moxley segment. Not even just the promo itself, but what happened before AEW Dynamite. And let's get into what exactly happened. You have Moxley, he's backstage, and they say, hey, Tony's looking for you. All right? And we're going to leave you off right there. We do have a clip, so hopefully there's no lag because they're getting it off Twitter. And let's sit back and watch. And I really thought this was excellently done. All right? Let's check it out.
Tony's looking for you. And that's what time limits.
Hey, John, I'm sorry to bother you. I just wanted to tell you that your match with Kenny at Full Gear, given all the problems we've had with you guys breaking out, all the violent incidents, like what happened at Double or Nothing and what happened on our first episode with the glass table, we can't sanction this match. We can't be liable. We can't be responsible for what you guys do. We have to make this an unsanctioned lights out match.
What? I don't understand what you're saying.
You're the purveyor of
You're
violence.
saying it doesn't count.
Yeah. Technically, it won't count against your win-loss record. It's going to be a great match, but we can't be responsible for what happens. We have to make it a lights-out match. We can't sanction this.
You're kidding me, man.
Thought you'd be excited.
Shut up. Win over Kenny Omega. I've been working for this. I've been working for this for months, ever since I showed up here. I had the balls to go after the top guy, your boy. And now you say it doesn't count. You're going to make me a freak show. You're going to put me in a little box. You're going to treat me like everybody else treats me.
Man, it's going to be a huge match.
You don't want me to have a win over your boy. You won't sanction me. I'm unsanctionable. What happens to Kenny Omega is now on your hands, all right? His ass is on the line because of you.
Okay, so there you go, folks. At Full Gear. Hey, I'm back, everybody. I had to take the mask off. My beard, it was itching. I thought this was great. I know people are not very happy with this because this is I saw a lot of people say this is a cheap way to keep a loss away from Moxley because they feel like Moxley's going to lose to Omega.
Or like Omega.
So they were saying, "Oh, this is a way to make it an unsanctioned match. There's no wins or loss that will count in this match." So I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, this is just a cheap way to keep away a loss from either one of the two guys." I thought it was actually excellently done. I thought Tony Khan's acting could have been a little bit better. But I thought for the most part, it was a pretty good segment. Or I guess if you want to call it a segment. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, Bob Ruski is the one who told me about it, I think even before the show, where he was saying that they're going to make Moxley and Omega an unsanctioned match so their wins and losses won't count. Which I'm like, what's the... I think I tweeted him like, what the fuck is the point of the match then? It means nothing. It does nothing at all for either guy. The match is basic. Yes, it would be a fun, hardcore match, sure. Mm-hmm. But it does come off like Dean Ambrose is fighting the Authority. Moxley. I still got used to that. Moxley fighting the Authority, It comes off like when Dean Ambrose and WWE kind of did that same thing, fighting against the system. Like now Moxley's doing the same thing in AEW where it's like Tony Khan's protecting all his friends and all that. And he's doing all this for his buddies. And obviously Orange Cassidy is another one of his buddies if you've seen the picture online.
Yeah.
I mean...
But
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the other promo, I don't know if I really seen that, but it seemed to kind of basically the same thing, but he said it out in the ring. There's only difference.
Well, what he said out in the ring was a great promo by Moxley. He interrupts the librarians, Peter Avalon and Leva Bates. He takes out Peter Avalon. He gets on the mic and says, talks about Full Gear, which is now an unsanctioned match. No time limit, no DQs, and no rules. But officially, the match doesn't even count. Moxley says when he beats Omega and they are just going to pretend like it never happened. Moxley feels like AEW is trying to treat him like a freak, keep him in a little box. Moxley says these guys in suits always come up to him. John, we know you're a different kind of cat. He says he knows what that means, and it's an insult. Moxley says if this is how it's going to be, he tells AEW to shove their win and loss record up their ass. Moxley says he will beat Omega within an inch of his life. He tells AEW and the suits in the back to kiss his ass and stay out of his way. So yeah, it kind of is. Hey, what's up, Richie? Happy Halloween to you, my friend. I hope you're staying warm over there. I saw it was snowing over in Colorado. It does seem like it's kind of the authority figures, the higher ups against Moxley. That's basically what it kind of seems like. You're right. And now you have them kind of being buddy with each other, and now it seems like Moxley's more pissed than ever. I'm curious to see how far they go in this match. Do we see light bulbs or glass breaking or some crazy shit like that happen in this match? Who knows? But did this added stipulation get you excited for this match at all?
No, because it seems like it doesn't do nothing for the match. Look, do we want to see some of these hardcore matches? Sure. Why not? That's what people want to see. And he even said during that promo, "Oh, you want me to be hardcore? I'm gonna make Kenny Omega bleed. I'm gonna do all this crazy. I'm gonna hurt your boy." And that's what it kind of seems like. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we see Tony Khan get involved in some of this stuff where he ends up getting beat up.
Oh,
I would not be surprised at all. But it's just, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they keep saying they want to use this win-loss record when they keep trying to find tricky ways to not have the matchups even happen where they lose the win-loss record. Because even a couple weeks ago, they did Moxley and I'm trying to say his Pac, the bastard Pac, and they ended in a draw.
Yeah.
So they didn't count against their win-loss record.
They don't do a red light match. Oh my god. Now,
hey, the power in the red.
Speaking of another thing that they kind of talked about this week, and we didn't mention it during the Cody Rhodes and Jericho segment, where they announced this week if the match between Jericho and Rhodes goes into 60-minute draw, and God, if they go an hour, Jesus
oh my
Christ.
God. I hope they're shaving time. Please shave time.
They said that it will go down to 3 judges who will decide on who wins the match. And I think you said this kind of goes back to the NWA old days, I think you said.
Yes. That's how they used to do, like, if there's a draw, the judges decide who votes and who wins. Even TNA tried to do this a little bit too.
What title was that? What was the grand? Was it the Grand Championship? No, it wasn't.
No. They did do that, yes. But I'm talking about in the early inception of TNA. Back in the day, they used to have judges and time limits and all that, where it wasn't win-loss record type thing, but it was like if it went to a time limit draw, the judges would decide who they think is winning, who won the match.
Do you think?
You know who the judges are going to be, right?
I wouldn't mind
Tony and Brandy and
shit.
Dustin are going to be the judges.
I would bring in some like old cats. Like Bobby Roosky was touching on. He was asking, or I was kind of throwing it out there. Maybe Taz. Why not have Taz be one of the judges? Or
probably be like PDP.
Or you can't have guys that are affiliated with Cody, Dave.
It's his show.
You have to have random old time wrestlers who are not like really affiliated with WWE anymore. Throw in Taz, throw in a couple of other guys, and I think I would be just fine with it. But here's the thing: do you think it goes the full 60 minutes? I know they added this, and when you think of that, you're like, "Oh, fuck, we're gonna get it." But
that's what you think with WWE.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. They're just kind of throwing a little twist into the match. Do you think we see them go 60 minutes?
Man, I hope it doesn't, because you know what'll probably end up happening, don't you? It'll probably end up being like a split decision. And then there'll be no winner at all with the judge. You know that's what they'll probably do, just to build up another match going forward. If they do a 60-minute time limit, the judges will probably have a decision, and it'll be a split, and Jericho keeps the title on a split decision.
Blow down, Marion Watson? Calm yourself. I know You're happy about the Nats winning the World Series, but no one's gonna blow you, my friend. But I'm just kidding. I know what you meant there. Welcome to the show, Mr. Marion Watson. Congratulations to your Nationals on winning the World Series. I know you're still on cloud 9 from that. Can Jericho go 60 minutes? I don't think he could. A lot of rest holds, that's for sure. But I don't understand why they added that into the mix. Do you have any reason why they added that to the mix before we move on?
It seems like they're really trying to adapt some NWA feel to this show. It really does. Okay. Because you get the whole stuff with Tony Schiavone, which is really big NWA stuff. You know, they're having time limits. The win-loss records are gonna count. How long till we get a top 10 at NWA where you see the contender like they used to do in the NWA, where you'd have top 10 contenders? I mean, how long do we see that in AEW? Where they start
see power rankings soon, probably.
Yeah,
in AEW as well.
Yeah, that's what you would do. Your who's your number one contenders and all that stuff. I mean, and their big announcement was like a big joke to a lot of people this week because everyone's like, it's going to be a new title, someone's coming in, something really big, and it was just we're going to be in Jacksonville.
Well, Tony Khan was quick on that. He saw the Twitter people going crazy, and he said that there's going to probably be another big announcement, and that the Twitter guy shouldn't have played it out that way because they kind of hyped it up where it was just announcing where their next show.
Yeah, they made us all think like something big is coming, to something going to change something or a new show and something bigger, and it was just we're coming to Jacksonville. It's like, oh, that was great.
Bob Rusi says, or is it because real sports have time limits, so we have to as well?
Not baseball.
They could be going with the whole trying to be more professional than the other brand. Who knows? It's just weird that they added that stipulation into the match, because if they don't go the full 60, why did you add this stipulation? The only thing I could think of is that maybe the judges are at ringside, and this is a way to set up something happening during the match. Like maybe one of the judges get involved in the match. Maybe they set something up to that. Other than that, I don't honestly see this match going a full 60 minutes. That would be insane. I don't really feel like they would do that, but it is weird how they announced it at being part of the match if it ends up being a time limit draw. Speed said, just saw the Brandy segment. That looked like a trailer for the next Eli Roth torture porn flick. God damn. And I like how, I think it was Bill who told Speezy he had a hot take after he mentioned the fire stuff. That was very clever there, my friend.